Imagine a small town, nestled in a quiet valley. Now picture it completely empty. On October 31st, 1988, all 34 residents of Raven Hill vanished overnight. Their homes, cars, and pets were left untouched, as if the people had simply been erased. The discovery was made by mail carrier Frank Miller, who arrived the next morning to an unnerving silence. No dogs barking, no children playing, no signs of life, just a ghost town frozen in time. Frank knocked on every door, peered through windows, and found tables set for breakfast, coffee still warm. There were no signs of struggle, no ransom notes, no evidence of evacuation. State and federal investigators found only dead ends and contradictions. The mystery deepened, turning Raven Hill into a legend whispered in hushed tones. Decades later, the town sits abandoned, slowly reclaimed by nature. The silence is absolute, a monument to an impossible event. What could cause an entire population to vanish overnight? Was it a secret experiment, a natural phenomenon, or something stranger? The story of Raven Hill is a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. For the families of the missing, it is a wound that never heals. Raven Hill was hidden deep in the Appalachian Mountains, surrounded by dense, ancient forests. A single winding road connected it to the outside world, and the community was close-knit. Farmers, craftsmen, retirees. The town was named for the looming hill where ravens gathered at dusk, a place steeped in local legends. Life was peaceful but isolated, cell service was non-existent, and the nearest city was hours away. The town had a general store, a church, a one-room schoolhouse, and simple wooden homes. A creek ran through the center, but the hill always dominated the landscape. Some older residents spoke of odd lights and strange whispers from the hill, but most dismissed these as folktales. On the eve of the vanishing, a thick, eerie fog rolled in, darker and stranger than usual. Witnesses from a neighboring town described the fog as glowing, swallowing Raven Hill whole. When the fog lifted the next morning, the town was silent, the people were gone. The shadow of Raven Hill had fallen for the last time. Its isolation, once a comfort, became the key to its mystery. No one saw them leave, no one heard a thing. The town simply ceased to exist as a community. Only the legend remained. The people of Raven Hill were ordinary, yet their stories became central to the mystery. Elias Thorne, a retired history professor, was the town's unofficial leader, calm, respected, and steeped in local folklore. He lived alone with his dog, Buster, who was found waiting on the porch. The Hendersons, Mark, Sarah, and their 2 young children, were a loving family. Their dinner was left half-eaten, toys scattered as if playtime had just paused. Agatha Finch, the town's oldest resident, was the keeper of its history and legends. Her rocking chair was still moving, knitting left unfinished. Ben Carter, a young geologist, had arrived weeks before to study the hill's unique rocks. His last journal entry spoke of strange, seismic readings and a low humming sound from beneath the hill. Each resident left behind a life interrupted, meals unfinished, routines abandoned. There were no signs of panic, only the sudden absence of people. The clues they left behind would only deepen the mystery. Their stories, frozen in time, became the heart of the investigation. The town's history, its legends, and its people were now inseparable from the enigma. The last moments of Raven Hill's residents remain a haunting puzzle. Who they were may hold the key to what happened, but for now, all that remains are their empty homes and unanswered questions. The heart of Raven Hill vanished with its people. October 31st, 1988 began like any other day in Raven Hill. Sarah Henderson taught at the schoolhouse, Mark repaired the general store roof, and Elias Thorne walked his dog. Children carved pumpkins for Halloween, and the town buzzed with quiet routine. But as afternoon faded, the sky darkened and a chill wind swept in. Ben Carter was seen hurrying from the hill, agitated, mentioning his equipment was malfunctioning and a strange hum was growing stronger. Agatha Finch watched the hill with concern, sensing something was wrong. At 7:15 p.m., Sarah Henderson called her sister, mentioning the early, thick fog and a deep, rumbling noise that unsettled the children. She promised to call back but never did. Sometime that night, the entire town vanished. The next morning, Frank Miller arrived to find the town shrouded in fog, silent and empty. Pumpkins sat on porches, lights glowed in windows, and Buster whined on Elias's porch. After checking several houses, Frank alerted the sheriff. The investigation began, but the trail was already cold. The last day of Raven Hill, ended in silence and mystery. No one saw what happened next. Investigators found Raven Hill frozen in the middle of an ordinary evening. Meals were left on tables, a glass of milk spilled, children's drawings still on the schoolhouse walls. There were no signs of forced entry, no valuables missing, and even shoes were left neatly by the doors. Whatever happened was quiet, swift, and left no trace of violence. In Ben Carter's cabin, his final journal entry described a subharmonic resonance from the hill, a hum that was more a feeling than a sound. The last words, "It's calling them, it's calling all of them." His seismic equipment was smashed, needles frozen at the highest reading, indicating a massive, localized energy spike. In the church, an old book of legends was left open to a tale of the hill singing and calling people to ascend to the stars every few centuries. Investigators dismissed it as folklore, but the lack of any other explanation made it haunting. The clues pointed to something beyond ordinary understanding. No evidence of a crime, no sign of panic, just a town erased. The silence of Raven Hill was absolute. The clues left behind only deepened the mystery. The legend of the hill became more real than ever. The case was unlike anything investigators had ever seen. Dozens of officers searched Raven Hill and the surrounding forests. Dogs, helicopters, thermal imaging, nothing was found. The official investigation was scaled back, and the town was left to the elements. But Detective Miles Corbin couldn't let it go. Haunted by the empty houses and missing children, he continued investigating on his own. Corbin became obsessed with Ben Carter's journal and the local legends. He found similar stories worldwide. Villages vanishing, strange lights, low hums, always near a landmark. Corbin retired from the force but never from the case, setting up an office covered in maps and photos. He believed the answer lay in the hill, a natural, terrifying, unexplained phenomenon. Corbin's search became a lifelong quest. He was determined to unlock the secrets of Raven Hill, no matter how long it took. The mystery consumed him, as it had the town. With no answers, theories about Raven Hill's fate multiplied. Some blamed a chemical spill or military experiment, but tests found nothing unusual. Others whispered of a cult, led by Elias Thorne, but there was no evidence of ritual or mass hysteria. The most imaginative suggested alien abduction, strange lights, the hum, and the lack of evidence fueling speculation. Ben Carter's frantic notes and smashed equipment gave this theory traction, but no proof. Detective Corbin favored a rare natural phenomenon, a unique geological event creating a powerful infrasound wave. This low-frequency sound could cause disorientation, fear, or even a breakdown of matter. The theory fit the clues, but remained unproven. The truth behind Raven Hill's disappearance remains elusive. The legend endures, fed by unanswered questions. Decades later, the core questions remain. Where did the people go, and how did they leave no trace? The wilderness was searched, but no remains were ever found. What caused the humming sound, the energy spike, and the glowing fog? Was the date, October 31st, significant or just coincidence? Did Ben Carter's research trigger the event, or was he a witness to something ancient? Could this happen again, somewhere else? Until answers are found, Raven Hill remains a chilling reminder of our world's deepest mysteries. The story of Raven Hill is more than a tale of a missing town. It's a challenge to our understanding of reality. The 34 who vanished deserve answers, and the search continues. Every unsolved case holds the possibility of a breakthrough. By keeping these stories alive, we keep hope alive. If the mystery of Raven Hill has captured your imagination, join us. Subscribe to our channel for more chilling cases and forgotten stories. The next clue could be just around the corner. For the missing people of Raven Hill, and all lost to the unexplained, the search must go on.